I work among young people, and I get to be asked questions. And one of the questions that I have been asked frequently over the few years, and interestingly, I was asked again recently, is how do I disconnect from my friends? This question is very curious, and that's because it is ironic. A lot of times we want to know how to connect with people, how to build social relationships, how to network. But it is not often that people want to know how to break relationships. So that is why I feel that it is necessary to just have this conversation with you today. So let's look at the topic. How do I disconnect from my friends? But I feel that we would not do justice to it. I mean, how can we disconnect from what we don't even know what it is? So let's first of all look at the concept of friendship. What does it mean? So as not to be misguided, I decided to check the dictionary, and this is what the dictionary said, that friendship is a relationship with someone you know well and regard with affectionate trust. Well, there are quite a number of heavy words in that definition, so let's just see if we can just bring it down, okay? Let's bring it down to the basics. The first thing you notice about it is that it says that it's someone you know well. So that brings up the question, whoever you call your friend right now, how well do you know them? Because knowing them means you understand what you are into. You understand the nature of the person you are relating with, and you are totally comfortable with it. That also means that you are not so surprised when they do some things because you know them well. Of course, that explains the saying that birds of a feather flock together, because you tend to have something in common. You know this person and you spend time with the person. And that's why also it is difficult for somebody to say, I am different from my friends. If they are your friends, why are you different? Please take note, I'm not talking about personality difference. They are quiet, I'm outgoing. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about fundamental differences where you say, no, I'm not the same as my friends. They do that, I do this. If you are friends and you are together, there is a possibility that you will share some things in common. And that is why it's also said, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. Because you tend to move together with people you know. And one way or the other, you're satisfied with what you know about them. The second thing is that it requires affection. And I'm not talking about romantic relationship here. I'm just talking about the fact that you have a sense of connection. You like the person. Why would you be in the company of somebody you don't like or someone you cannot stand? This is not the typical definition of friendship. So when we talk about you having a friend, we are talking about someone that you are affectionate towards, somebody you would spend time with. And Les Brown said something. He said that don't make somebody a priority who has made you an option. So basically, when you have a friend, the person is treating you as importantly as you treat them. And the final one in that definition anyway says that someone you trust. And I feel that this is one of the most significant part of friendship. Someone you can feel vulnerable with. And when I say vulnerable, I don't mean someone who covers your track when you do something wrong. No. But I mean someone you can be comfortable with, someone you can be yourself with, someone who accepts you for who you are, but someone who is not also afraid to correct you when you do something wrong. So trust is not only that I believe you will keep my secrets. Trust is also that I believe you will tell me the truth when every other person tells me I am perfect. You will look at me and say, well, you are my friend, you know I'll tell you the truth, you can be better in these areas. So that basically defines friendship. Now, mind you, the word friendship is it's way deeper than I have defined it now. But this is just a general concept. So at this point, you can begin to ask yourself, are these the qualities of my friends? If they are, then I'm curious, why do you want to disconnect? But if they are not, you may seriously want to think about it.